This is the Public Broadcasting Service in Cleveland. You're watching your community television station. This is WVIZ-TV.
Have you heard how the wars began? Benjamin Bowman here. Have you heard how the wars began? Cast us away. Have you heard how the wars began? When England fought to a man, and the proud tailor rode prancing away.
My dearest mother, just returned to billets after the most extraordinary Christmas in the trenches you could possibly imagine. On December the 23rd, we took over the trenches in the ordinary manner, relieving the grenadiers. And during the 24th, the usual firing took place. The sniping was pretty brisk. We stood to arms, as usual, at 6:30 on the 25th, and I noticed there was not much shooting. Even this gradually died down, and by 8 a.m. there was no shooting at all, except for a few shots on our left by the Border Regiment. At 8:30 a.m., I was looking out and I saw 4 Germans leave their trenches and come towards us. I told 2 of my men to go and meet them unarmed, as the Germans were unarmed, and to see that they did not pass the halfway line. We were 350 to 400 yards apart at this point. My fellows were not very keen, not knowing what was up. So I went out alone. They were 3 private soldiers and a stretcher-bearer, and their spokesman started off by saying that he thought it only right to come over and wish us a happy Christmas, and trusted us implicitly to keep the truce. I asked them what orders they had from their officers as to coming over to us, and they said none. They had just come over. They protested that they had no feeling of enmity towards us at all, but that everything lay with their authorities, and that being soldiers, they had to obey. They said that unless directly ordered, they were not going to shoot again until we did. We talked about the ghastly wounds made by rifle bullets, and we both agreed that neither of us used dum-dum bullets, and that the wounds are solely inflicted by the high-velocity bullet with a sharp nose at short range. We both agreed it would be far better if we used the old South African round-nose bullet, which makes a clean hole. We kept up this conversation for half an hour, at the end of which time they asked me to meet with them later in a larger group. During the afternoon, this extraordinary scene was enacted between the lines. A German NCO with the Iron Cross, gained, he told me, for conspicuous skill in sniping, started his fellows off singing some marching tune.
Tannenbaum, oh Tannenbaum, wie grün sind deine Blätter, o Tannenbaum, wie grün sind deine Blätter, o Tannenbaum, wie grün sind deine Blätter.
Oh, tidings to you, wherever you are, the tidings for Christmas and a Happy New Year. We wish you a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Josef, lieber Josef mein, hilf mir wiegen das Kinderlein, will es wiegen und singen ein, nun schlaf in Ruhe, dein Äuglein zu.
Acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind. Should all acquaintance be forgot for the sake of old lang syne?
At 4:30 p.m. we agreed to keep in our respective trenches, and I told them that the truce was ended. They persisted, however, in saying that they were not going to fire. The same comic form of temporary truce continued on the 26th. And again at 4:30 p.m., I informed them that the truce was at an end. We sent them over some plum puddings, and they thanked us heartily for them and retired again. In the evening, we were relieved by the grenadiers.